Cody Bellinger has just secured the biggest contract of his career, and he didn't have to wait for it. No deferred payments, no delays, just immediate value and maximum leverage. After months of speculation, Bellinger officially signed a 5-year, $162.5 million deal with the New York Yankees. This is real, guaranteed money, active immediately. The deal includes a $20 million signing bonus, a full no-trade clause, and opt-out options after both the second and third seasons. No complicated structuring. No back-loaded payments. Every dollar is accessible right now. And in today's market, where teams often stretch contracts over decades, this kind of clean, aggressive deal stands out. But what makes this situation even more interesting isn't just what happened. It's what didn't happen. Heading into the offseason, most projections had Bellinger landing a much longer deal, somewhere around 7 years, $180+ million. That was the expectation across the league. Instead, he chose a shorter contract with flexibility built into it. And that decision says a lot. This isn't just about securing money, it's about controlling the future. By including opt-outs after years 2 and 3, Bellinger has essentially given himself multiple chances to re-enter free agency while still in his prime. If he performs at an elite level, he can walk away and command an even bigger deal. If not, he still has long-term security locked in. It's a low-risk, high-upside strategy, and one that reflects how elite players are starting to think differently about contracts. From the Yankees' perspective, the approach was simple: identify your top target and don't let him go. New York was aggressive from the very beginning. In fact, at one point, they were the only team with a serious, formal offer on the table. Other teams showed interest, but none matched the Yankees' urgency. And that matters. Momentum in free agency can shift quickly. When one team steps up early and shows commitment, it often sets the tone for the entire market. The Mets did attempt a late push, trying to re-enter the race. But ultimately, they pivoted toward Luis Robert Jr., stepping away from negotiations and leaving the Yankees with a clear path to close the deal. And once that happened, it was only a matter of time. Behind the scenes, this was a classic Scott Boras negotiation. Boras is known for maximizing value, creating leverage, and pushing deals to their absolute limit. And in this case, he did exactly that. But what's interesting is that the Yankees never backed down. They understood Bellinger's value not just as a player, but as a fit, and they stayed consistent throughout the process. There were no dramatic shifts, no hesitation. From day one, Bellinger was their priority, and they negotiated like it. Now let's talk about the financial impact, because this is where things get even more intense. With this contract, the Yankees' luxury tax payroll jumps to approximately $324 million, nearly $20 million above the competitive balance tax threshold, and the penalty is massive. For every dollar spent above that limit, the Yankees are paying a 110% tax. That means they're essentially spending more than double for every additional dollar. So this isn't just a $162.5 million contract, it's significantly more when you factor in penalties. And yet, they still made the move. Why? Because the Yankees believe the value justifies the cost. And when you look at Bellinger's numbers, especially at Yankee Stadium, it starts to make sense. At home, he posted an OPS of .909, compared to .715 on the road. That's not a small difference, it's a massive gap. It suggests that his swing, his approach, and his overall game are perfectly suited for Yankee Stadium. The short porch in right field, the hitting environment, the energy of the crowd, it all plays into his strengths. And for a team like the Yankees, that kind of fit is incredibly valuable. This also explains a key decision Bellinger made before this deal, opting out of his previous contract with the Chicago Cubs. That deal would have paid him $25 million in 2026. Solid money, no doubt. But Bellinger saw a bigger opportunity. He believed in his value, trusted his performance, and bet on himself, and that bet just paid off in a major way. It's a reminder that timing in sports isn't just important, it's everything. Let's not forget how he even got here. The Yankees originally acquired Bellinger in a December 2024 trade, taking on $52.5 million of his remaining contract. At the time, it was seen as a strong move, but not necessarily a long-term commitment. In 2025, Bellinger earned $27.5 million and delivered the kind of performance that forced the Yankees to think bigger. He didn't just fit in, he became essential. And once a player reaches that level of importance, the conversation shifts from short-term value to long-term investment. Now, with this new deal, Bellinger has secured financial stability for years to come. His estimated net worth already sits around $50 million. He has a World Series title, MVP-level seasons, and multiple high-value contracts already in his career, but this deal feels different. Because it's not just about what he's done, it's about how he's positioned himself moving forward. This contract is built on three key elements: control, timing, and leverage. Control through opt-outs and a no-trade clause. Timing by entering free agency at the right moment. And leverage by creating a situation where the Yankees had to act decisively. For the Yankees, the message is clear: they're all in. Crossing the luxury tax threshold at this level isn't something teams do casually. It's a statement. It shows they're not just trying to compete, they're trying to win right now, and for Bellinger, this is more than just a payday. It's validation. Validation of his talent, his decisions, and his belief in himself. He had safer options, longer deals, and predictable outcomes, but he chose flexibility, control, and opportunity, and in the end, that's what makes this deal so significant. It's not just about the money, it's about how it was structured, when it was signed, and what it represents. And for Cody Bellinger, the Yankees didn't just make an offer, they paid full price to keep everything exactly where he wanted it.